Okay, sorry about that. So apparently my screencast caps off at 15 minutes, so I should probably wrap it up anyway. But so this is where we left off with his skin, just the before and after. Okay, so I'm gonna flatten that. Okay, now I am ready to talk about skin tones. So I'm gonna grab my little eyedropper and I'm gonna pick a bright mid-tone for her first, so somewhere up here, and I'm gonna hit F8, maybe that'll work. Okay, so let's see. So our cyan is reading at 7. I'm looking right over here. Whoops. Okay, so let's look at it again. So our cyan is reading at 8, magenta at 18, and our yellow at 16. So those values are just all kinds of crazy. I'm not quite even sure what I'm gonna do yet. First things first is the magenta is just really too high in those bright midtones. So I could probably spend another 20 minutes on this, but I know you guys don't want to see me do that, so let me just go to and there's several different ways you can do this. You can go to curves and you can grab the green, which is the opposite of magenta, and you can grab this little hand and you can simply pull it up, and if you pull the green up you can watch the magenta go down. Okay, and for somebody as light complected as her, I think that a magenta and a yellow that are equal is going to be fine, or where the magenta is lower. But globally, since we did it like that, pull it on and off and see. Actually, I don't think that's bad all the way around. We just want to make sure the whole image isn't turning too green. If it is, you can always come down here and flip your little paintbrush and brush it off anywhere that it's too green. But I think it's, yeah, okay, I think that's good. I think maybe the only place I don't want to see it too green is on her hair. So let's put that at about 60 and kind of paint that off and get some of the red back in her hair, because you can tell she is a redhead. Is that working? Okay guys, sorry, I have no idea. Okay, now it is. Whoops. Okay, so that just brought back some of the red to her hair. Okay. Alright. So let's check again. So that looks better. And so our cyan, we want it to be, let's see, a third to a fifth, I guess, of a yellow. So is it? Almost. So, let's see. Sorry, I'm sitting here trying to do math. Terrible with numbers. Anyway, I think the cyan is just a little bit too high right now, just a teeny tiny. So that could mean one of two things. I've found out that cyan kind of hangs out in shadow, so sometimes if things are underexposed, cyan naturally sort of hangs out there. But I think in this case, I think we'll just, I keep doing that, sorry. I think we'll go to color balance instead of going through curves. And is it in the mid-tone? Yes. So we'll put our little eyedropper over here and just watch what the numbers do as I bump the red. Okay. That's really not making this cyan go down at all, so let's check. Is it in a highlight? Okay, whoops. You gotta be on there. Okay, so let's start bumping up the red. There, see, okay, so it was in the highlight. So now, okay, it's not a third because the magenta and yellow went down, but again, we could be here all day messing with this. I just want to get it basically right. Okay, so let's check somewhere over here. So, okay, this is kind of high in yellow. Her skin here, let's see, not much. It's still within acceptable range. So our magenta and our yellow, we want to be pretty close. Like I said, for somebody as fair skinned as her, so a 7-point difference is kind of a lot, but I'm not going to worry about it too much. Okay. Otherwise, I'm going to go another 15 minutes. And, okay, for time's sake, I think I am just going to crop in an eensy bit this way. Okay. Yes. Okay, I think that looks good. Skin is, you know, moderately, it's in a much better position than it was before. The only thing that's really bugging me is this. I think it's because it's in a shadow, but so I showed you the way you can brighten with curves. You can also brighten just right over here, and you can bring this up and just keep an eye on the leg. Okay, we're gonna keep an eye on the leg and see. Okay, you can also pull this down here. Yeah, see, I blew that. Okay, I'm just trying to brighten it up just enough. So turn it off and on. See how her skin is kind of gray and metal. It looks like she needs some right here too. Okay, so we're gonna pull this down, and then we're also going to go ahead and get on this mask and do Control I, if it'll work. Let's see, sorry about that. Okay, Control I, and then we're gonna hit B to get the brush tool and get a white brush, soft brush. And by the way, my brushes, this is what it looks like, just if you're curious. Let's start with a low opacity brush, like, okay, B for brush, 3 for 30. And let's go ahead and break. I'm going to end up with some, okay, that's not doing anything, so maybe 70. Okay. Can you guys see a difference? I totally cannot. What's going on here? Let's put it at 100% and see. There we go. Okay, apparently it just needed a lot of brightening. Okay, and then while we're here, let's do some brightening on her face. I don't think it needs 100%, but maybe like, let's try 40. Just, as I mentioned, they were, okay, I'm going up to 70. That looks better to me. Okay. And I don't want to mess with the skin too much because the light is shining on him and she was in the shadow, so and turn that off and on to see what that looks like. And if you ever accidentally go outside the line and there's a bit of a halo, just flip it, and then paint it off. Okay. Okay. So I like the way that looks, and again, I don't want to go on and on and on. I do still see a little bit of that pull. It might have been just easier for me to just clone the darn thing out in the first place instead of messing with it this much. I don't know if that's getting them too close to the top of the frame. Let's see. No, okay, I like it. So let's look at it at 100%. Whoa. Okay. Just make sure we don't see anything. And I'm not going to do this for time's sake, but we could whiten her teeth up just a little bit and do a little skin smoothing, but honestly, I don't know. She looks perfect the way she is. And I might do, if I had a sharper portrait to work with, I would do I would go to filter and do other and run a high pass filter, but I just don't think it's going to do any justice here for an image that's sort of soft. So yeah, that's about it. As I said, I'm not a crazy heavy editor, but I am meticulous and I do take forever. So hopefully this was helpful and you guys learned something. Until next time.